Good evening, friends. It's 4:33. I think we should start the meeting now. And we have RI Director Raju Subramaniam, who's already here, and we'll be expecting even RI Director Anusrai Chaudhary also in a while. So today's topic is very specific on the membership growth, that is sustainable membership growth and expectation management, assimilation and membership engagement. And we will have PDG Gurjit who will be communicating on the topic of this thing. So, but before that, we would like to invite RA Director Raj Subramaniam to give an opening remark on this topic of membership growth. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Can you hear me, Naren?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Friends, it's nice to be here at a time when we find that membership is not really growing, and all of us have grown up with the figure of 1.2 million for years, probably since the time we were inducted into Rotary. We continue to be hovering around that and probably a little down now than even 1.2. One thing I think we need to keep in mind, my friends, is to form clubs for the purpose of supporting our organization and not for ourselves. We do not need clubs to support us in the elections that are held in our districts, but we need to have clubs that really support the organization and help the organization grow. There is a lot of problems that arise in membership today. India is growing, but it's growing at a very small rate of maybe one member per club at the highest. We have the potential to grow. We have the potential to tap, and we have the potential to make it really big as far as membership is concerned. But unfortunately or fortunately, that doesn't seem to happen. And the other thing which I would request all of you, my friends, let's not run after awards and membership awards, because that is not going to help us to grow. We have had clubs being formed at the end of the year with 200, 300 members, and on the 2nd of July, they are in 30s and 40s. You may get an award, but I think, are we supporting our organization is something that I would request all of you to bear in mind. If we are not supporting our organization by the membership that we are creating, are we doing the right thing in membership that we are really expected to do? So I expect some ethics, some very, very ethical norms to be taken by us as and when we grow in Rotary. Sustainability is an important issue. And the most crucial thing that we find, my friends, is every year it is the first year inductees as Rotarians or members who are quitting Rotary. And that's not a good sign. It's bad public image. Left से लेना फिर उधर से main road लाना Diamond Garden की तरफ. So unfortunately, what is happening is we are not giving them an opportunity. We are not involving them. And most importantly, not giving them Rotary information. Nor are we giving them what is their financial liability or other liabilities towards our organization. Inducting somebody as we walk into a meeting for the purpose of increasing growth is no growth at all. I would think you should not even attempt to do it. So let's be very clear, my friends. If we are honest in what we want to do, if we are ethical in what we want to do, we will have ethical growth of membership in Rotary. And that's exactly what we want. Because we want Rotarians and not members in our organization. Once we have Rotarians in our organization, I think they will remain as you and I are for the rest of our life. And I think it's commendable, Narendra, that you have chosen a man who has been, for me, a man who is giving me all the insights into membership in the last 3 years. In my so many years in Rotary, he's been probably one of the most outstanding Rotary coordinators, and you could not have had a better man for the purpose of taking this session. So, Gurjeet, I wish you all the very best, and thank you, my friends, and continue to support our organization with good growth, honest growth, and not for the purpose of improving upon ourselves, but keeping the organization interest alone in mind. Have a wonderful year creating hope in the world. I'll have to leave you because I have another Zoom meeting to go to in just about 15 minutes once I reach home. So all the best and good luck to you. Thanks, Gurjeet. Thank you. And sorry I have to leave, my friend.
Thank you, RAD Raju, for your words of wisdom on the subject of membership growth. And we are waiting for Anudra Chaudhary ji to join. I think he's not joined as yet. He'll be joining in a minute or two. So till then, I think we should start with Gurjit. PDG Gurjit can start with the presentation of today's topic.
Wherein, but then in case he joins in between, what would we do?
Yeah, he may, because he's just joining. He said in a minute. Even he has to leave. So,
So let's just
so then let's
you
wait for
could
him.
you could talk about next week while we wait for
Yeah.
RID and
So,
Errol to join.
a good point. So next week, actually, we have another good topic. See, I'm sure all of us know about Rotary India concept. Where next week we are focusing upon how to generate the club's monthly reports. So that's a topic that we are going to have next week. So for all the club leaders or the president and secretaries here, so we will be discussing on how this monthly generation of report will help you as well as the district governors who actually want to see what is happening in the entire district. So that's what is our topic for next week. Because one, we have these projects added, we have the meetings added, all the TRF collection which is being done, or the change of membership. Examples are now 10 members are added in this club in this particular month and so many are left. So these data will be automatically collected in the club monthly report, and that's what we are going to discuss on how to generate this report and how simple it is to generate the report through Rotary India. Plus, this report will also be easily available for you during your governor's official visit. So that time again, you don't need to struggle and say, what did I do in the month of June or July or August or month? So you'll be able to get these reports very smoothly there. So Guruji, just take over. I'll just call up Panita Chaudhary.
Okay. So friends, today, first, good evening, everyone. I'm delighted that all of you have joined today for this special
Hello.
session on sustainable membership growth. Uh, this topic is a burning topic today because we have hit a very low figure in the Rotary world. And the only light in the tunnel is from India. which is still growing in spite of what is happening in the world. So I would I will talk about membership based on my 4 years of experience as Rotary coordinator and having worked with all 4 zones in this country. So Naren, I'm going to start. If that's fine with you, can I start my presentation?
Give me 1 second. Our director has
Okay.
joined, so we'll just he's just connecting his
Okay.
speaker.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, you can just enable your camera.
Yeah, he's there. Good evening, RI Director Anirudh. In
Yeah.
voice.
Can you,
Yeah, now you're unmuted. You can talk.
can I call?
Now
Can
it's clear. Now
I,
it's clear. You can talk.
okay, my
Able
video
to
is
hear
not
you.
on.
It's
My
on. It's
video
on.
is not
I can hear
on.
you.
My video. Where's my video? Yeah, video has to be there. Okay, video.
Yeah, it's clear.
Can I?
Yeah, we are able to hear you. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay. Friends, my greetings to each one of you. I'm sorry I'll have to be incognito in the fact that I'm traveling, and so it will be very difficult for me to run the video. Otherwise, the bandwidth will go down. I'll not be able to speak even. So this is a very important master class is being conducted today by Rotary India portal. And I find my co-director already has spoken. Raju has already spoken about sustainability of the members, and a very important topic you have been dealing with today. I understand most of the presidents are present here today. Can I know, Narendra, how many presidents, how many
We have
people in
around
the audience, please?
135 people already joined.
How many?
135 people already joined, and people are joining still.
135. Okay. So, friends, Gurjit, past governor Gurjit is also there. Gurjit, are you giving the presentation? Gurjit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can just let me complete, because I have to attend. That's one meeting that Rotary Club of Madras they're having today. So that is why I am a bit in rush. So okay, fine. So just I'll take 5 minutes of yours. So friends, we have been talking about the sustainability of the membership in Rotary, and that is a challenge today. Few months back, we had a meeting with the John Hugo, and the meeting was taking place in Abu Dhabi. While all the governor-elects were there from many zones. It is not confined with 4, 5, 6, and 7, but other zones from 1B, 10A, so many other zones, senior Rotarians as well as the governor-elects were there. But there was a presentation given by the General Secretary of Rotary International, John Hugo, and he said, there are 6 major challenges Rotary is facing today. And he ended the first one, decline in membership. And he has gone to that extent that 30% of members already gone from where the Rotary movement started, which means that the US, the Northern Hemisphere, including Canada, 30% membership already has gone. And the reason being, two reasons. One being the members are not being engaged properly, the first one. And second one is within the last 30 years of our world has changed, so our life has changed. So many things happening in our life. Our perspective has changed. And in this process, the digital and technology has taken it over. And everybody today, we are under tremendous time pressure. And there comes in Rotary, and that too after post-COVID, we find clubs are still facing challenges to integrate once again the members. So under this given situation, which is quite alarming today, my request to all the president who are present here, all the club leadership who are present here, your first priority is that take a stock of your club, conduct a survey of your club, evaluate your club. What is the USP of your club? Why people would come and join in your club? These are the few pertinent questions that you have to understand, and you have to take a course correction. Because people here, most of the members who come and join Rotary, they come to have a friendship, definitely. But at the same time, they wanted to do something in the community. Possibly they will not be able to do alone. They want to do it collectively. But then when they come and join the organization, and they find there is no much of a scope to do anything tangible project, or they are not given that opportunity by the club leadership, or they are not properly engaged with, slowly, they are alienated themselves. And one fine morning, you'll find it, they are just vanished in the thin air. And this is exactly happening in the most of the mid-segment clubs, which is, when I say mid-segment clubs, which is where the membership is 25 to around 60 or 70, these clubs are today most of the sufferer of this due to this non-engagement of the club members. Secondly, I would like, that this is one that I have said that you must conduct a survey of your club, understand evaluation of the club. Second is you also have to understand each and one every member's their requirement. We always say that we should have an exit interview, but before exit interview, we should have an entry interview also. When you induct any club, members in your club, so try to sit with him, try to understand what is his or her aspiration to join this Rotary, and what kind of expertise he or she has, where he can contribute immensely in your club activities and in the projects. Anyway, where you can fit in most suitably. This interview is also very important. The first one, evaluation, then entry interview. Once you know this is, that this is a profile of your club members, based on that, you have to plan your year accordingly in terms of your club activities, your programs, the membership drive, and of course, your projects. The third recommendation from my side would be that what we do is normally we invite members from a very comfort zone of our life. We take reference from our friends, maybe from our associate, maybe from business community, known to each other, and we just say, please come and join our club, without giving any background, without knowing the background or foreground, and we just request them to come and join this club. We do not go outside our domain of, like going to chambers of commerce, going to various religious communities, visit to other community people, and try to understand, that they give an exposure of the Rotary and Rotary's activities. There only from here, there you will get a lot of people will come and said, yes, I would like to join Rotary. I've seen Rotary. So these kind of that kind of an initiative, you have to take it from the club while this club committee, trying to get more members in the club during the year. That's why we recommend a very strong club committee of membership. And this committee comprises of your senior members, the members who are in the board, and of course the members from, that if you have young members who came in, they should also be a part of this initiative. The fourth one is that during the years, if you see in your club, you have done so many things during your last year, the year before that, or the legacy your club has. Possibly they have not, publicized those legacies amongst the people or shared with the people in the community. That is, again, people that don't know what is Rotary is all about and what this particular club is functioning. So this is, again, you have to set up a good public relation and public image committee with you. So your membership, your public image committee, your community service committee, and of course your foundation committee should work hand in hand to ensure that each and every club members are engaged with and they are being ably supported by the resources required, the knowledge required, and of course, the basics of Rotary should also be known to them. And for that, for new members, please arrange to have sessions in Learning Center in the portal of Rotary International, and you get everything there. So once people go into the Learning Center, try to understand what is Rotary is all about, what are the projects can be taken, and what is the roles and responsibility of an individual, they can be more enlightened Rotarians. There are more chances to retain in the club. So friends, I'll not take much of time. So this is the lifeline. Membership is the lifeline of our organization. And if we do not take adequate measures to ensure that all these steps are not being are taken in a proper manner, you stand to lose your members. Your retention rate will also falter. Today, the two things we have to do is very aggressive way of exploring more members to come in. At the same time, you have to plug your attrition rate. Your attrition rate of this club should be 95%, 95 to 98%. So these are the few things that your committee should look into, and I'm sure that we are all by the side. This portal where you can get a lot of informations and which you can pass on to your members. And ideally, your club should have an website, and through the website, you can give a lot of information to people in the community or people them. So all these things are very important to have a very healthy and a very potential club with members. Ideally 40 to 60 is the very ideal club, and you must retain and expand to that extent. I wish you all the best, and we shall definitely work together in 23-24 to make sure a sizable growth in membership. Thank you. May God bless all of you.
Thank you, RA Director Anindra Chaudhary, for coming in the last minute and able to manage and speak on the subject of how the club should actually perform to get better membership for the clubs and get into the sustainability of the clubs. Now, let's get into the topic directly. So we will have PDG Gurjit Sikam who will talk about the actual topic of the day.
Thank you, Narendra. So this is the first time we've had both the directors taking part in today's deliberations. So when you look at the last 4 years, and you would see from this table that India added in 4 years 23,301 members. We have today 1,75,785. These are the figures as on 1st July on 10 a.m. So the final figures are yet to come. And we have 4,696 clubs. But at the same time, the world has lost 45,847 members. From 1,21,000 on 1st July 2019, we are down to 1,17,000, 11,71,000. So 45,000 less. But if you see, we have added in the 4 years among the four zones 660 new clubs. And worldwide, we have added 1161 clubs. While we have added more clubs, yet our membership in the world has gone down. So that's an amazing figure. But when you do a further analysis, in India, in the four zones, the 660 clubs we've added, and if we assume, because you cannot start a club without having 20 members, out of the 23,000 members, 13,200 have come from new clubs, and the existing clubs have added 10,101 in 4 years. Now, if you look at the top line, zone 4, the addition in existing club is 1,584, and there were 1,035 clubs. So if I divide that, so 1.53 members per club. And if I divide it by 4, because it is a figure for 4 years, so 0.38, which means we added less than a half a member per club per year. And the best has been zone 7, which has added nearly 1. These figures would be slightly more because the new clubs which we've opened, the 660, in due course of time, they would also have lost some members. But what I'm trying to convey here is that while we added 23,200, in actuality, we added at one time nearly 60,000 people. Out of the 60,000 people we added during these 4 years, on 30th June, we lost nearly 37,000 people. So that is where we are talking about the topic today, that we need to look at membership growth which is sustainable. So that is where we will discuss today's topic. So what is the Rotary's vision statement? It talks about together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe in our communities and in ourselves. And how will we implement this vision statement? Rotary has drawn 4 action plans, namely increasing our impact, expanding our reach, enhancing participant engagement, and increasing our ability. So I want you to watch the small videos when we'll discuss thereafter.
We are not able to hear any sound in the video. Is there any sound in the video, Gurjit? Is there any sound in the video?
Hello.
Yeah, is there any sound in the video? My suggestion, just close the presentation once, and when you share the presentation, there's an option to enable the sound. We are unable to hear the
Okay.
sound, Gurjit. Close the presentation once, and when you share it, in that share screen, there's a button for you to enable the sound.
One second. So, do I do the share again?
Yeah, you need to close it and share it again.
Okay.
So when you click on the share button on the bottom frame, there is a button which is enable sound.
Share. So where do I did not see that?
Or else, can you share this PPT to me? I'll just immediately show it.
Okay, share sound. I got that. So just see if it.
Yeah, fine.
Real impact is growth and change that's sustainable long after we have left the scene. As Rotary, how will we do it? We're encouraging clubs to focus their efforts on a few key areas rather than trying to do too many projects. Think about ways you can build on your community's key strengths, do some smart risk-taking, and look for areas where targeted, concentrated work can create a cascade of change. We're creating a culture of measurement in Rotary. By measuring, tracking, and analyzing what we do, by using data and metrics, we can be smarter about what we need to continue doing, start doing, and stop doing. We all know the importance of data in our professional lives and how essential it's been to our progress in polio eradication. But it's also essential to the future of Rotary. Major funding agencies demand evidence and proof of impact. Young people, the future of Rotary, have grown up asking institutions and organizations for greater accountability and transparency. That's why Rotary is identifying consistent best practices for assessment and measurement. Real impact is growth and change that's sustainable long after.
So what is it saying? Rotary is saying that if we want to create an impact in this world, do smaller number of projects, but significantly bigger projects, which will attract new members, and measure this. So, let me give you an example. I attended installation ceremony of Rotary Club Indiranagar in Bangalore earlier this month. While their directors talked about the projects at the installation ceremony, the projects amounted to 175 crores. So you can imagine the kind of impact it creates. So when you measure this, we need to take 4 decisions. What do we need to start? What do we need to do less of? What do we need to do more of? And what do we need to stop? So we cannot keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Some things we need to add, something we need to delete, something we need to stop, and something we need to start. The second thing, which is directly related to our membership, is expanding our reach.
At Rotary, we're committed to making people feel welcome and at home in our clubs, programs, and within our leadership. As an organization that is creating stronger communities worldwide with members in all corners of the globe, Rotary has a responsibility to lead the way. We're exploring and evaluating new participant models so that people can join and take action with us in more convenient ways. We're bringing in outside help, collaborating with local experts on diversity, equity and inclusion training. It's a great way to forge new kinds of partnerships. And we're being more intentional about giving all members meaningful ways to connect, including them in club planning and decision making, and valuing their contributions. At Rotary, we're committed.
So the one thing which they are talking about the entire Rotary world, and that is if we want to find acceptance in the world today, we need to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusiveness. Diversity in India, as it is, we are a diverse country. We have people from various communities, castes, so we and religions. So diversity is all there. But what we need to focus on is flexibility and innovativeness. Rotary says the most critical factor, the most important unit of our Rotary world is the club. And clubs need to act. And when we say club needs to act, it is to look at the last member, the member who is keeping quiet in the club, who is not participating. Talk about that. And that brings us to the third point. How do we enhance membership engagement?
We want everyone who connects with Rotary to feel good about their experience and stay connected. We enhance participant engagement when we meet people where they are. It means being proactive, finding out what matters to them and how they want to be engaged. That's how we become a participant-centered organization. Participants encompasses all Rotary members and all others who engage in Rotary activities, like family members, partners, alumni, and others from the community. So how do we become more participant-focused? 2 words: listen and respond. Ask participants if Rotary is meeting their expectations, how they are hoping to connect and grow through Rotary, what new skills or experiences they want to gain, and how they would like to contribute to creating change in the world. What kinds of projects interest people, and what your community would like to see from Rotary. Then listen to what they say and make delivering on those expectations a priority and your club's goal. That's how we make sure people feel seen, valued, and heard. Because when we do, people will join Rotary and stay, so we can do even more real and lasting good in the world. Rotary's action plan. What would improve your Rotary experience?
What we have seen from this video is that we need to start genuinely listening, not just acting, but listening actually. And we need to ask 3 questions to our members. Do they feel engaged? Are they being heard? And are their expectations being met or not? And how do we do this? We use surveys, membership satisfaction surveys, diversity surveys. There are multiple surveys, and we need to do this on a regular basis. It is not a one-time exercise. And when we do that, and the results which we get should be shared totally transparently in the club, and an action plan should be drawn on it. Now, this action plan has to be acted upon. If you do not act on this action plan, people will not give you feedback the next time. And the most important learning is put yourself in their shoes and then understand their point of view. That is the way to look after our members. And the last action plan is the ability to adapt. As RI Director Anirudh said, in 30 years, the world has changed phenomenally. And have we kept pace with it?
To be leaders in this time of accelerating change, we need to become more agile and responsive to what's relevant to communities. It's a big opportunity for Rotary and for all of us who are proud to be people of action. We can look at how our ability to communicate effectively, share resources, work collaboratively, and make decisions might be challenged by our operations or structures. We're working on streamlining our structure to fix the disconnects between clubs, districts, zones, and headquarters. We're discovering more of what's possible when we work together, not just as a collection of clubs, but a true global network of change makers. We don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. We can collaborate, partner, and be the place that connects people and organizations to get more accomplished. What can you do? Take a fresh look at your club. Is it time to peel away some of the layers you've added over the years and simplify how you operate? Invite community leaders outside of Rotary to your club board meeting to offer a new perspective. Adapting is also looking for new ways to collaborate with new partners who share our values and commitment, but who can challenge and help us innovate and do more. Rotary is embedded and trusted within communities. It's what attracts potential partners who want to work with us. When we embrace opportunities to streamline, reimagine, and reinvigorate, we will see we can stay true to ourselves and stay ahead of change.
So what it says, we do not need to reinvent the wheel. But if there is a sister club or a club anywhere within the district or within the country or the world which is doing very well, let us learn from them and try to implement that in our club. And we need to stop saying that, these were the traditions, this is the way we were doing, and this is the way we should continue doing that. Young people joining our clubs do not want that. We need to change. And we must encourage listening to different diverse voices which have ideas which are not similar to us. Listen to them with an open mind and try to implement that. And make Rotary simplified within your own clubs. Try to reduce the hierarchical systems and let us build on our strengths. So if you look at what are the components of membership sustainability, there are three components: the expectation management, the assimilation, and the membership engagement. So in terms of expectation management, there are two parts. What does Rotary expect from a member? And what can a member expect from Rotary? If we just handle this properly before anyone becomes a member, our retention will go up by 10 percentage points. So what does a Rotary expect from a member? Basically, we need to tell to all our prospective members, there are three things we look for: your time, your finances, and participation. In terms of time for meetings, time for social activities, and time for fellowship activities. In terms of finances, Rotary dues, the club dues, Rotary News Trust, the district dues, contribution to Rotary Foundation, and donation for projects. Lots of new members, when they join Rotary, are not aware of their financial obligation. And this forces so many of them to exit. Normally, 30% of new Rotarians leave in the first year and 30% leave in the subsequent year. So if we add 100 Rotarians in 1 year, 60 of them lose due to various reasons. One major reason being finances. And the third is that we want you to actively participate for idea generation of new projects, meetings, activities, doing the project planning and execution, the club activities, and then taking up the leadership responsibilities within the club and district. So what can a member expect from Rotary? The first is making connections, network with other professionals, build lifelong friendships, and make international connections. Then find opportunities for personal and professional growth. Unfortunately, in Rotary, we have stopped talking about promoting our own profession and businesses. Rotary expects you to do that, but it expects you to do it ethically by following the four-way test. And supposing I have an eye surgeon in my club and I have an eye problem, where would I go? I would go to my eye surgeon in my own club, who I meet socially. So that is similarly, if I have a friend who sells cement and I am going to manufacture I'm going to build a house or a building, where will I go to? So this is the way we need to promote our own businesses. Then develop leadership skills through public speaking, through project management, and through event planning. All these things which we do in club give us these new lessons, which so many times we imbibe subconsciously but become part of our personality. Then we help make a difference in the world. You can also get discounts on a variety of services all over the world through the Rotary Global Awards. And lastly, the most important thing which Rotary gives you is the personal satisfaction, which has no value. It is invaluable. Respect and sense of belonging. So we need to make our meetings more interesting. Implement interactive activities, at times few games. We all watch on our WhatsApp, TED Talks, or motivational speakers. We could play that in our club meetings. Supposing I am in Navi Mumbai and suddenly Navi Mumbai has a problem. We have too many malarial deaths or malarial diseases happening. And this is brought out in the club. And the club decides, let's undertake fogging in our area. That's a wonderful thing. Similarly, now you have floods in Delhi. The Rotarians are getting together to provide food to people who have been displaced. Similarly, they could talk about providing medicines, because once the flood waters recede, we will have waterborne diseases. Then also invite the community leaders who are not Rotarians. Let them talk about the issues they are handling in the community that may give us project ideas. From time to time, examine your club bylaws. We make bylaws and then do not touch them ever again. But times change, circumstances change. So we need to do that. Have a hybrid meetings. And importantly, recognize your members, not for only Rotary work. Supposing somebody has won an award in his own vocation, please recognize him within your club. If somebody's child has won a sports medal, recognize him. Recognize any success anywhere of any member or someone related to your member within your own club. Getting on to assimilation. An effective orientation can be the difference between someone who stays in a Rotary for a year or someone who stays for a life. So when we talk about new orientation, new member orientation, we do this more from a purpose of doing an activity which we are doing every year. But this activity needs to be done in a smaller group, in an informal setting, where people ask questions and are freely explained in a very casual manner. And that is what will make the entire difference. So when we have this district orientation meets, where we invite 200 people, and it is not normally the 200 new members. 100 of them are the old members who attend orientation meets every year, year after year. It is of no use. So please hold small orientation meets in an informal setting. Then in terms of mentorship, good mentors lead to long-term retention, and poor mentors ensure a quick exit. The first 6 months in Rotary are the most critical. So we need to train our mentors first. We need to clear their duties and expectations. Lots of time, our mentors are not aware of what is expected of them. They need to provide their contact details to the members they are going to be mentoring. They need to regularly check in with the members. How are they doing? Are they coming for a meeting? Can I pick you up for the meeting? Introduce them to fellow club members, 2 at a time. Introduce them to encourage them to invite somebody else, a friend, to the club. Show them the Rotary tools, My Rotary, Club Center, Rotary India app. Tell them about the roles they can play within the club. Invite them and their family members to the district conference. Accompany them to the events. Don't let them come on their own. You say, I'll come and pick you up. Let's go together. We use a lot of terms, PDGs, ENPCs, and so forth. Explain it to them. Because for them, person who's new to Rotary does not understand these things. We need to explain that. But most importantly, keep the presentation brief. Do not give lengthy speeches. Nobody likes a lengthy speech. Give it in small doses. So what are the keys of engagement? We need to understand and deliver personal value to each member. Rotary is a service, and we provide service as well as fellowship. So people engage with Rotary to make connections, opportunities for personal growth, and to develop their leadership skills. And most importantly, to make a difference in the world. So how can we engage our members? The first thing I would do to a new member in a club is to introduce to 2 new people every week, rather than if I introduce him to 20 people, he will not be able to remember. Just 2 people at a time. Meet with a mentor, get them to attend new member information sessions, attend a club board meeting, attend a district event, help create his Rotary account, get them to participate in a service project, make them join a committee in which they are interested in by explaining the committee structures to them first. Ask them to attend meetings, take an online course, invite their friends to a meeting, explore club website and Rotary India app. The most important part is the last. Have them enjoy Rotary. Have them have some fun in the Rotary. So when you talk about, when we say we have talked about connections. So what connections are we talking about? There are 3 kinds of connections: within the club, with the community, and the Rotary world. So within the club, encourage people to share your ideas. Imagine if I share my idea and somebody tells me, no, I know this won't work. Will I ever share another idea? So please have the patience to listen to people and have a very healthy discussion. Find them a mentor. Organize a club event or a service project. If somebody doesn't like a specific role, give them a new role to do that. And if somebody has excellent skills, professional skills, or leadership skills, talk to the district governor or the governor-elect and tell them about their expertise and if they can be used. Build a leader in action. And within our own community, get them to volunteer to help. When you are hands-on, you really enjoy. Help them bridge generational gap between Interact and Rotaract. Create strong community ties with Rotary community clubs and non-Rotary community clubs. There are so many organizations in our communities which are doing tremendous work. Can we build a connect with them and collaborate with them? That would be wonderful. Participate in training events and collaborate with other clubs. In terms of Rotary world, get them to join Rotary fellowships, the Rotary Action Group, participate in international projects, if you go onto the Rotary website, rotary.org, and look at the project, it talks about so much of funds required, so many volunteers required, what expertise required. You could become part of that. Help eradicate polio. If there is no polio in India, can I go elsewhere where in Africa where polio eradication camp is taking place? Go and do that, and also visit clubs and go around Africa. Any member who attends a Rotary International Convention is likely to stay in Rotary. The internationality of our organization, the phenomenal gathering of people from various countries in their costumes, and the happiness on their face when they meet you is tremendous. Expose your members to that. Share international hospitality in terms of Rotary Family Exchange Program and Rotary Youth Exchange Programs. Join various Rotary discussion groups and attend project fair. So how do we connect beyond our club? These are three things very few clubs are doing. First is Rotary Friendship Exchange. It is an international exchange program which is run by the district, where Rotary members and their friends allow participants to turn host into one another in their own districts, outside their country. You just have to buy your tickets and go, and the host takes care of you as long as you reciprocate. We have had in Amritsar people coming from Bangalore. Now we have requests from Pune. We've had people from Kurukshetra who wanted to go to Kartarpur Sahib across the border to see the Gurdwara. So those are, and they've had Pakistani Rotarians coming and receiving them. That phenomenal, opportunity they've had. Then is Rotary Fellowship. Rotary Fellowships are international groups which share a common passion. Can you believe it? You have fellowship groups of 4x4 vehicles, antique automobiles, astrology, badminton, beer drinkers, chess, and so many more. So what you just have to go on to rotary.org, look at the various Rotary fellowships. I have given the link below. Whichever you want, you just have to join, and you can enjoy your own hobby with friends anywhere in the world. And the third is the Rotary Action Group. These are independent groups which are affiliated to Rotary and who are experts in their field. For example, you have experts on WASH, water and sanitation, or economic development, peace, addiction prevention. They help you find partners for your projects. They help give you the experience, the expertise which you require to ensure that your projects succeed. So let me sum it up. What is sustainable membership growth? You need to add new members after following a proper process. Club membership committee is responsible for introducing new members. It is not the responsibility of a president. When a president inducts 10 members, 90% of the time, 7 or 8 leave once his term gets over. Do proper expectation management, as I have explained. Identify, train, and appoint mentors. Do regular membership satisfaction survey. Genuinely ask, listen, and engage members. Remember, engagement is equal to retention. Lastly, give respect to each member and create a sense of belonging. If we all do that, Rotary will grow and thrive within India, within our clubs, within our district, and within the world. There are no shortcuts. hyper growth never sustains. Go small, go slow, identify good people, provide this proper assimilation, and you will have a sustainable membership growth. Thank you very much. And we are open to taking questions here on. Naren, can we take questions, please?
Yeah. There are two questions already by just I'm reading out the questions and they sent. Ajay Mathur from Rotary Club of Indirapuram Parivar. He is actually the club membership chair, and his question is: can you please share some ways to engage new members in different areas like communication, projects, leadership development, etc.? Normally, they are not very responsive.
Uh, Leadership probably would be a little earlier, too early to give to a new member. But for sharing the responsibilities for various projects and activities, so the first time, make them a part, uh, let them assist the in charge in doing that activity so that they work with them and learn from them, because they will understand how does the club function. And next time, offer it to them that this meeting you will conduct, you will do everything, you have all the resources, whatever resources you require, please use us to find out and we will assist you, but you organize this on your own. That is the way you will be able to engage members. You see, initially everybody is a little shy, little hesitant. You have people who are outgoing and you have people who hold back. So you will have to do a bit of a hand holding, bit of mentoring, talking to them, getting them along, and that is how you will engage people. So as I mentioned in my presentation, the first 6 months are very critical. So if we properly hold their hands and get them involved in our meetings and activities, like for example, I have a meeting, I can ask somebody to propose a vote of thanks, or I can ask him to introduce a chief guest, or I can ask him to give a memento, right? So this is the way of engaging people. So once you start doing that and make a list of people, my one example, which I normally like to give, if you make a chart and write the names of all your members on one column and the 26 meetings on the other side, and in each quarter, if out of 6 times you have engaged the person twice, he will stay in Rotary for a long, long time. That is the way on a single sheet, you'll be able to identify what is the level of engagement of members within your club. And suddenly, if you find somebody is missing everywhere, that is the time to talk to the person. If he's not coming to the club, or is there something wrong? Do we need to do something else? Ask him for suggestions and engage him. Yeah, Naren.
Yeah, there's one more question by Srinivas Godavarthi from Rotary Club of Vishakhapatnam. He's the membership chair of his club. How to grow the membership in a new way? Or can you help us with a better way to increase the membership in the club?
So there are many ways. Earlier we had a system in which we had filled classification and unfilled classifications. So, for example, if in my club I do not have a surgeon, so I could specifically look at the list of doctors which I can get it from an local IMA, and invite doctors to our projects or our meetings and expose them to Rotary. And in due course of time, after they have attended 1 or 2 meetings, invite them to become members. Similarly, lawyers, architects, and so forth. So whoever is not represented in your club, try to identify that person and proactively work upon them, right? In fact, if you recall, all the old timers would recall, Rotary membership is through invitation. It is not through application. Though now we also look at applications in the lead system which we have. But is so if we need to identify, and let's say I have 20 people in my club, I need to ask 20 of my members that please look at your contact list on your mobile. Do you find somebody good who could be a member in our club? Then invite him to our meeting or a project. Then do the expectation management. And then, if they are interested, get him into the club. Similarly, you can look at the yellow pages, right? You can also have use a Facebook to advertise uh, within that in such a span of time. We are looking for members and they can apply through the Rotary lead system. So there are multiple systems, but referral is a great system. And do you know, 60% of Rotarians have never referred another member. So if we encourage our members and tell them that when you invite a certain number of members, your name appears in the virtual Hall of Fame on the Rotary.org, right? And they get a letter from the Rotary International president, right? So we have multiple systems of inviting people, but I would strongly recommend get your club members to refer people who are good in their individual capacity, not somebody who's my friend or somebody who's my relative. They can join, but let's look beyond them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one compliment from Praveen Kumboshkar, who's a district coordinator for Rotary India from 3170. This is compliments for a very beautiful and informative session. Useful inputs to share within the district. Great presentation. 6 months handholding is a excellent suggestion. So thank you, team Rotary India, for handling this session. So thank you, Praveen, for your beautiful compliments. Then the next question is from Biswa Prakash Bhattacharya from Kevonjagar. He's the president of the club. I'm managing 300 staff in my NGO, but very difficult to manage 60 members because the decision making and authority, what I mean, how to manage senior Rotarians is one of my major challenges.
right. I understand that. And there would be lots of past presidents in your clubs. So if I knew that there were two past presidents who would normally have a strong opinion or an objection. So what I would do is before the meeting, I would meet them, talk to them about this idea, and whatever their objection is, discuss them and clear that. And you will find in the meeting, you would say, I had the opportunity of discussing it with Naren, who said we need to do this. And I think that's a great thing. There will be no more objection from Naren. So tackle the people who are difficult separately, individually if possible, before you have your main meeting. Then those objections will not take place. Everybody, especially the ones who have past written in front of their name, they want importance. So give them their due importance and listen to everybody, then do the right thing. Always do the right thing. You will be able to overcome that. The difficult people can be converted or transformed into being a great source of help and cooperation.
Yeah, one more question. Here, someone is asking about Rotary India topic. So they're asking about the membership dues. So last week we had discussed about the topic on membership dues. So they are asking about how this membership dues can be done automated in the Rotary India part. So this is from Anurag Anand from
Naren, I think you're the best to
Yeah.
explain this in little detail.
Yes. So now, friends, so membership dues, I suggest one simple thing. This weekend, that is this Saturday, we have a very specific question answer session, that is Q&A session on the topic of membership dues. So now, the issues which every club faces today is cash flow. How the cash flow can be organized better, because we have 100 members in the club, but we don't get funds for the normal meeting functioning. So how this tool, which is used in Rotary India, can help in terms of collecting your membership dues faster. So where in which you don't need to struggle in terms of calling up. Examples, we just heard Gurji said about the past presidents of the club. How do I even talk to the past president and request him to make the payment on time? So now we have developed a tool where this is an automated process. By one click, every member of your club will get a automated notification as this is your dues pending by email as well as by WhatsApp. So by having this tool incorporated in your club, you will be able to actually get better cash flow for your club. So my suggestion is, for more information, you should join the Q&A session which we are planning in this weekend. We will share a link in the minutes of the meeting that we sent today. Plus, someone can share the link also here. So join that meeting. We will guide you on every step of it, how this is functioning, how this is beneficial to the club, and how your club can actually have better cash flow using the simple tools which is developed by Rotary India for every club in the country.
Yeah, Naren, there's a question from Mr. Arup Sinha. Can we get that?
Yeah, 1 second.
He wants to ask if he's there. You can please invite him.
I can't
Then
see.
we've had we had a friend from Australia and somebody from Ethiopia. So that's wonderful to have people from outside attending the session.
Is it Roop Kumar?
Yes,
Arup Sinha.
Arup Sinha.
Yeah, I am trying to unmute him. Arupji,
Roop Sinha, yeah.
Please help me. I'm not able to unmute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gurjit sir, I met you at Udaipur, if you recollect, when you had come. Now, recently for our, installation, we had Mr. Deepak, Rotarian Deepak Agrawal from Rajkot, a different district, 3060. Now, in front.
Arupji, I think your network went off, so you can close your camera. I think you are frozen. So till Arup comes back, so if anybody else has a question, you can click on the reaction button and we can actually unmute you. Arupji is frozen actually. Yeah, got disconnected. So anybody else has any question?
So anyone who wants to seek any clarification is unable to do that today. I'm putting in the message my email ID. You can write to me or you can call me on my mobile.
We have BKK from 3192. Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Good evening. This is Rotarian Krishnamurthy. My question is: last year there was a need of +2 from whatever club strength. Of course, it varies from district to district. Is there anything like that in this year, current year, for the membership growth from the RI?
Can you repeat, what did you say? The first thing, what did RI have?
For RI citation, is there any growth mandatory like +2? Last year
No.
we had in 3190 +2 was the criteria.
Yeah, so I'm sure, please go through the RI president citation, right? That will definitely have on membership, because every year you'll have something on the membership. And similarly, your district governor will also have his own citation, right? And in terms of Rotary, we have this people like supposing I've added a new member in my club and I add my name in the list of sponsors. And when I cross a certain number of sponsors, I get into various categories in the Hall of Fame, right? So that is another recognition, which is a permanent recognition from Rotary International. And the RI citation, the presidential citation would be available on rotary.org. And we would also, in our Rotary India app, put up the RI citation for the current year. Naren, let us put that citation so that people know what are the goals set by the RI president this year. We could do that.
Yeah. We have one more question from Chirag Trivedi from 3060.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. Sir, we had one very good thing 2 years back. Whichever the new member comes to the Rotary board, some pin was sending by Rotary India, and that helps every new Rotarian because they are receiving something from not from the club, from the Rotary, and this actually works very well for sustaining a member. Can we start again some kind of that, either letter or some kind of that physical, not electronic, because electronic is not working at all. We have to send some physical things to the members. This is my suggestion.
Thank you, Chirag. Actually, I mooted that recognition system of pens, and we had roped in Rotary News Trust to sponsor the cost of the Rotary pens. And then we would track that. But unfortunately, Rotary News Trust does not want to do that any longer. We would still convey this to the directors. And I agree with you that it's a great, recognition for people who have referred new members. But this letter of recognition from Rotary, I think it comes. The moment you put the sponsored thing detail, that letter automatically gets generated. But having said that, I will check this and get back to you. In case it is not there, we will try to get it implemented ASAP.
So 90% of the electronic communication get it not noticed by most of the Rotarians. So either can be done at the zonal level or a district level, that the district governor may implement this, and it will be helpful for new members, sir.
Naren, can we build that in Rotary India app? Because we know that a new member has joined.
Yes,
And we also
actually do
know,
that.
and we can immediately send a WhatsApp message of recognition from RI director.
Yeah, we can actually discuss on this part, and we can actually even create a nice
Yes.
certificate for.
Because what Chirag says is right. A lot of times people do not check their email or things like get lost. But
Yeah.
WhatsApp has a better chance of getting found.
Right, right.
At least, Narenji, one more last suggestion. Can we, once you got the data from rotary.org to your system, can a WhatsApp to download the Rotary India app with all these things will also help for the new members. Link for to download this app and all these things.
Got it. Either SMS or a WhatsApp or email can be
Yes.
sent to them. Yeah, good point.
WhatsApp would be the excellent. WhatsApp would be the excellent, if possible.
Yes, Chirag. Good suggestion. We'll work on this.
I am hoping this time it will be done, Narenji.
We will do it. We will do it.
We'll work on it. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah.
Chandrasekhar ji?
Arup actually was talking earlier and got disconnected. So we have Arup back.
So I'm back, sir. So
Chandrasekhar,
what I'm,
let me just finish with Arup because he was online.
yeah. So what I was saying is, it's equally so-called past president, past governors, or past AGs to make others comfortable. Because if every time we put that designation in front when we talk, it becomes a little difficult. And I really admired the way Mr. Deepak Agarwal, when in his presentation, he beautifully wrote, "Once upon a time, district governor." So it was a little fun. So I remember the police cop in my family. The moment we came to meet, he took off his hat. But until unless you take off your hat of your past, you don't make others comfortable. So this is what I would do when I am past governor, past president. I would never make them feel. Now, you know, in my family, my son now never calls me Papa. Papa, he calls me by first name Arup, and I'm perfectly okay with it.
Yeah.
So how you make others comfortable, that's very important.
So, Arup, what you're saying is absolutely right. The moment your tenure is over, you are just a Rotarian. You have an opportunity to lead for 1 year. So, what I do in my club, I have never ever sat on the dais. I sit as any other member. I do not expect my club members to give me any special, honor or recognition. And I feel so great actually, because that is the only place where I can be myself, right?
And so
So
I'll just add to it. During the installation, I had a special instruction to my wife and my mother and father-in-law. Don't expect to be given the first row. Sit like a
yes,
common. They were sitting on the middle row, and people observed it. They were not
absolutely,
treated like a president's wife. She was treated like a commoner.
absolutely. See, your actions and the respect which you get through your actions is more important than trying to throw your weight around. Nobody likes that. I agree with you, Arup, completely.
And when it came to the
Chandrasekhar ji,
fees, so when it came to the fees, I was the first person to pay my fee in the month of May, so that others are sort of they're kind of indirectly they're told to kindly pay it on time. And we had 100% of the people paying their fees before 30th of June.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Arupji. Shall we go with the Chandrasekhar Narla?
Yeah, good evening, Gurjit sir. I am from Hyderabad Emerald Club. I have some clarification. Suppose if an outsider goes into our Rotary arm and say, "I want to join," so that request, how does it percolate to various clubs? Who will be informed, or who would get information, and till he gets onto the board of Rotary on any club, not my club, in any club? Because I have not seen
So,
this working or anybody talking about this.
so you are talking about the Rotary leads, right?
Yeah, Rotary leads.
Yeah.
Maybe
So,
anyway, the process must be same. I've read
right.
in Rotary org in the membership chair program that such thing exists. Is it
Yes.
working, or if
Yes.
that is the case,
Yes.
how does it percolates from district to clubs?
Right. So, okay, this system is very much working. When anyone, if you open rotary.org and it has on the top, you want to join,
Join, yeah.
right?
Right.
So you click that, you fill that form. So then it goes whichever place you have mentioned.
Yeah.
So whichever district it falls into, this lead goes to two people. It goes to the district governor and it goes to the district membership chair.
Yeah.
They will further see that if he's from Hyderabad, which part of Hyderabad is he from. Then they will allocate it further to the club in that close vicinity, and the club is supposed to get back to the lead, saying you have expressed your desire to join Rotary. Would you like to come and attend a meeting or a project meeting? Now, what is unfortunately happening? There is a gap. The gap is from the lead coming and the district governor and the DMC allocating it further, right? At times, they take a lot of time to do that. And the normal conversion, the best conversion will happen within the first 24 hours to 48 hours when the person has shown interest. Or the second level, it is when it has gone to the club president is not seeing the leads, is not checking his mail, is not following it up. So these are the two areas where, but normally it is there is a system that in case the lead has come and it has been allocated, you are supposed to enter that this lead has been allocated to such and such club on such and such date. And if no response comes further, then you are supposed to take an action further. Unfortunately, people are not working on the leads so much. And let me just tell you, 80% of the leads go unattended.
Unattended, unfortunately.
I mean, imagine 20,000 leads get generated annually, and 16,000 of them are not even attended to. Right. So, but the system is there, the process is there, the implementation is the problem.
Yeah, thank you for clarification. But further to it, does district governor or district member chair, does he have any criteria which club it should be passed on, or is it the geographical location? Because today it is in Hyderabad, I don't see geographical location as alignment a criteria. Because I am in one area, but I have members all over Hyderabad. So, what is the basic criteria of allocating this to a club? Or is it only I know that president, I mark everything to him?
Right. You're absolutely right. You know, all those systems have got diluted over the years.
Yeah.
Earlier, when you formed a club, you looked at members which were in close vicinity.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, you have members from all parts of Hyderabad which come in. So then it gets left to the district governor or the DMC to decide which club to give it further. So they normally see which is an active club, they will try to pass it on to them. And but I think most of the time they themselves do not pass it further.
Yeah, because I visited 3-4 clubs in US during my stay, and in all the clubs, I have found that the members are either residing in that area or they are working in that area, so that they have opportunity to physically in person attend the meetings. But that doesn't exist, at least in our zone or in Hyderabad city. It may be true in other clubs also. There the criteria becomes very important, because we are not getting any leads. So I just wanted to clarify what are the basis and
you are absolutely right. I agree with you on all points. I would urge you to write to your district governor and DMC, send them a message. Sir, if there is any lead which comes to you for our area, we would be very happy if you can forward it to us. So that will certainly make them wake up. There is a person who's interested in getting leads, right? See, the RI director Raju made a very nice comment in the beginning. He said, we make members, we don't make them Rotarians. So if we make Rotarians, then these things will become very different.
Yeah, but at the same time, I remember he mentioned that for the while we accept the people as members, we do entry interview. But here we are struggling to get the people. But by doing entry and again, disqualifying him doesn't help. We have to do a little bit of compromise and say, okay, we fill the gap. Let him come and join. But once you do an interview, maybe it's highly likely that. We don't take him. So what did that interview meant actually? Interview.
I think interview was probably a wrong word. Expectation. He was talking about expectation management.
Okay.
Right? So at least tell them. At least they should know that if I become a Rotarian, these are my responsibilities, and this is what I can get from Rotary. So those things are important to know. Lots of time, Chandrasekhar ji, people talk about we are not getting quality members, right? The fault lies with us.
Yeah.
We are the ones who need to identify who are the good people. So if we say that we haven't got quality members, then we have not identified quality members. And let me ask you a question. What is the population of Hyderabad?
Maybe about 30 million, 40 million. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I agree. Yes.
So what would be the number of Rotarians in Hyderabad?
I think we have about 146 clubs, and on an average, if I say 40.
So let's assume 5,000 or 6,000 Rotarians, right? 6,000 Rotarians for 4 crores.
Yeah.
All right. So think about it. Let's assume that there are only 40% people who fit in age we want, the profile we want, which itself is 16 lakhs,
Yeah.
right? So the point is we need to look more. And then the second important thing which I want to address, I'm thankful to you that you brought this up. If we create aspirational value for our membership, now aspirational value of our membership will be created by the kind of projects we do, by the kind of meetings we hold, by the kind of members we have, right? When people will say, I want to join Chandrasekhar's club. If my club does not meet, or if my club only meets over a drink, right? And we expect people to join, they will not.
Yeah.
So if we our actions or the
Speak.
inactions
Actions speak. Yeah.
determine what kind of members we will be able to attract.
Yeah. Thank you for clarification.
Yeah, thank you. We don't have any other questions. We are already at 6 o'clock. Can we get
Yeah.
into the back end of the session? So let me just give some announcement for next week before thanking Gurjit ji. So the announcement is one, we have a membership due module train Q&A session on this weekend, that is Saturday on 22nd of July at 11 a.m. So whoever are interested, whoever has taken this module, please requesting you to join. It's going to be a complete explanation session on how this tool can help every club in the country. Next week, we have the master class. The topic is going to be on how to generate club's monthly report using rotaryindia.org. And again, very, very important session for everybody, requesting everybody to be part of it. Now, something new. On 29th and 30th of September and 1st of October, there is a membership conclave which is happening by Zone 4, the team of RCs and ARCs, which is for club presidents and secretaries of Zone 4, the RI Zone 4, which is comprising of around 12 districts. So this particular event is going to happen in JP Palace, Agra. So stay tuned. We will inform you more about this once the the registration process starts. So thank you, friends, and thank you, Gurjit ji, for excellent session on the membership growth and the way you handled all the question answer session was amazing. And we could see a lot of feedbacks also come in the Google Sheet also. So thank you very much, everybody. So see you all next week. That is next Wednesday for the masterclass session, and this weekend, this Saturday for the membership due session. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.